What's up, Freaking Connoisseurs? So we're back at it again. I have every Angel Share clone that I know of. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 when we include the original. So we're going to go into it. I wanted to add to it. Obvious Angel Share is the new Baccarat of clones. And so I wanted to go into it and actually give you an update on everyone, because every time I do it, and this will be my third update, I get someone in the comments who gives me another Angel Share clone that they like, that I haven't tried, or I should check it out. And as crazy as I am, I do. I order it, I get it, and I check it out. All of these, I've had some wearings with it, so I wanted to give you my latest opinions on what is the best Angel Share clone to date. So stay tuned for station identification, and we'll get right into it. All right, Freakish Connoisseurs. First, we're going to talk about the LG Angel Share. So, in the beginning, you're going to get cognac. You're going to get that boozy feel, and from the initial blast of it, you're going to get a nice dose of cognac and cinnamon. Then, when it goes into the mids, it's going to bring in the tonka bean. It's going to reintroduce and continue to bring the cinnamon. Cognac is a stable note that goes throughout the dry down, and you're going to get that oak barrel type of chord. You're going to get that oak feel. Then finally into the dry down, the sweetness starts to come in right before you get to the deep dry down. You're going to start bringing in the praline. You're going to start with the vanilla, and the sandalwood is going to give it a creamy smoothness. It has three distinct phases. It gives you that boozy apple pie feel, and it's a great fragrance. Obviously, it's great because it seems to be the new Baccarat of clones, the new Aventus, whatever you want to call it. Every clone house seems to be coming out and making a clone, as you can see, if you see all the clones I have here. So that's what you're going to get. It's not linear. I know some people have said they thought that Angel Share was kind of linear. To me, it's not light, even though a lot of Kilian's fragrances don't project and don't last. Angel Share, to me, is the exception, at least one of the exceptions. There are some other ones. And it is a great scent DNA and profile, and that's why it's being copied so much. The amount of clones that we have seem to be getting just a little out of hand, but for interest of time, we're going to jump right into it. First is Camera, and this is the third bottle of Camera that I bought because we used it as a giveaway as well. But it has its own cult following. It is what I would say is the least like Angel Share as far as we're getting for clones. Has a good box and presentation. I didn't bring the box in this one. However, I'll talk about it later. I have a nice new box that I just bought that's still wrapped in cellophane that I'm going to give away because Camera has its own following and is very popular. It is, to me, it's like an apple pie with the sweet vanilla, French vanilla ice cream on top. It's not really boozy, but it has a good scent DNA, decent projection, and decent CIs and longevity. It lasts 6 to 8 hours on my skin. It projects, and in the first video, this one projected the best, but it was maybe, it's in the 75% range as far as a clone to Angel Share. The next one that was in the first video, and we'll go really quickly, is Fire Your Desire. Smells pretty close to Angel Share, and it's got a nice scent DNA, scent profile. It gives you the booziness. It gives you the oak kind of chord, and also gives you that sweet apple pie type vibe. You bring in the tonka bean, the vanilla, the praline. It does a good job. However, this projects the least out of all of them. The last longevity on it is the poorest out of all of them, and this is the reason why I did not win my first video. The first video was Kismet Angel, and this was the winner. It has a good angel share clone. I gave this one overall, and in this video compared to the other ones, grading on a curve, I will give it an 8 point. Give it an 8. I would give this one, Fire Desire, a 7 because of the longevity and projection. And Karma, I give it 8. Good longevity projection, not as close of a clone. In the second video, and I'm doing the ones that I've done before because you can watch the video really quickly, we have Enigma D. And Enigma D is a sweeter variety of it. It's sweeter than Kismet Angel, and it has a good scent DNA profile, has decent longevity, lasts about 6 hours on the skin, projects really well the first 2 hours, and it is simply just focusing more on the sweetness of Angel Share, not as much on the booziness and the woods as a blend. This one I would give an 8.5. It's really nice, and I did like it. The winner of the second video was Cocktail Intense. It was not as woodsy as I could say, focused on the woods as Kismet Angel. It wasn't as sweet as Enigma D, but it was nice in the middle, close enough to Angel Share, and gets a 9 out of my book. And it had decent projection, sillage, and longevity. It lasted at least 6 hours on the skin, good projection for the first 2 to 3 hours. So it was really good. Now we get into some of the newer ones. And one of the newer ones that I got was Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. Rest in peace, Carlos. This one is a nice one. However, it focuses more on sweetness, is closer, I would say, in the category of Enigma D. It has good longevity and projection because this one is and it's straight. It's in a straight to parfum, so it's gonna last long. It lasted more than 10 hours on my skin. The thing about this one is this one was the most expensive one. This one was $67, I believe, and I'll have all the prices next to it as we go through it. $67, and it was for 60 ml. It's $110 basically for 100 ml. So this one is definitely by far the most expensive one. Now, that is not really comparable when you talk about $245 for Angel Share Original. It's still a discount, but again, it's the most expensive out of all of these. It lasted, again, 10 plus hours, gave you good, decent projection for the first 3 to 4 hours, and it was one that was there all day. So if you want to talk about performance, this is the one that performed. If we go to the next one, we go to Montage Intense. Montage Intense is by Grandeur Elite, and the Alexandria didn't really give you a box. It just gave me a bag, and so don't have that much to talk about as far as the presentation. This one, Grandeur Elite, does give you an Angel Share-like presentation, a name on the front, the logo on the top, some UPC information on the bottom, the ingredients really small on the back. It has a felt insert that the bottle goes into, and I don't really know too much Grandeur Elite if they're affiliated with another company, but this was one that was recommended that I should get. Have to say, I am really impressed. Probably this one is the one that I would say smells the closest to Angel Share by a shade over Cocktail Intense. So it has pretty good projection. It lasts 4 to 6 hours on skin. I don't know exactly, remember exactly, but I know it lasted 4 to 6 hours. I know it had good projection for two, and so it wasn't bad. Um, it does a good job in having booziness, but also going through the praline and vanilla. To me, probably if we say the closest smelling to Angel Share, this is the one. Also, relatively nice price. I will have it up there because all of these are so many, but they all were in the neighborhood usually of between say like 27 to $44 at the most, except for, like I said, Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, which was $67 for just a 60. Going into Rika by Ard Al Zafarin. Zafarin. So, book like, really interesting ingredients inside, sticker authenticity on the back, which is really important, I guess. And it's got a book like back. Inside, it has a felt interior that is lined with a satiny type material, which was interesting. It is the least, well, one of the least, as far as Alexandra is also one that is not trying to mimic the Angel Share bottle. Enigma D also didn't try to mimic the Angel Share bottle at all. And this one had decent projection, decent sillage and longevity, but again, around the 5 to 6 hour range. However, this one really focuses on the booziness and the woods. That oak barrel accord did not have the sweetness that you're looking for in Angel Share. So this one doesn't have the sweetness. And if I would give it an overall, I would give it an 8. It just doesn't have the same sweetness vibe. Alexander's Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, which is more sweet than woods, I would give a 9, just getting back to it. And I'd give a 9 to Montage Intense, which to me, up to this point, is the closest to the Angel Share clone DNA. Going into the last one is Zaya by Sharaf Blend, Zaya, which is an offshoot of Athlon. Has an interesting box. However, the glue did not last and it came off. This was supposed to stay stuck to the back and it encases the box like this. It has a felt inside, but interesting concept. It still works even though the glue doesn't stick. It's got the name on the back, name on the front, name on the top. On the bottom, it has all the information, the ingredients and everything. No sticker authenticity. I don't think it's on the inside either. No. But this one isn't a straight, like Brooklyn Fragrance Lover is also in a straight, lasts a long time. This one, being in a straight, did last a long time. Has projection, has the sillage, has the longevity. It was another 10 plus hours. Really good as far as the performance of it. However, this one is basically a stronger version of Rika. It focuses more on the woods and less on the transition sweetness apple pie vibe of Angel Share. So overall, because it's a good performer, I give it an 8.5. But as far as being closest to Angel Share, it's not out of all of these. In fact, out of all of these, I still stick with the new one that I had in the new set of Montage Intense. This one actually, to me, is the closest DNA scent profile of Angel Share. I was amazed that this one would be the one that to me smells the closest. It's not the best performer as far as Zara blend is probably overall the best performer. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover is right up there. It lasted more than 10 hours on my skin as well. And out of all of them, I would say the new winner is something that I don't know where it's coming from, Grandeur Elite. But this one is the closest to Angel Share. A close second would be Cocktail Intense. And I worn Cocktail Intense more than I have Grandeur Elite. So I don't, maybe I'll follow up and give you which one kind of lasts the longest on my skin and do a comparison side by side. But as far as giving you that Angel Share look and feel, I would definitely say Grandeur Elite is my new favorite. Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, I won't get rid of just based on the sentimental value of Carlos being around when I first started into this fragrance game, when I first started watching before COVID. He was one of my favorite fragrance influencers. So I'm glad I did get the bottle. I'm glad somebody recommended it to me so I could get it, and just brought back some memories and actually watched some old videos and laughed and smiled about how nice of a gentleman he was and how talented he was as far as playing the piano and doing all that. It was just good to remember such a distinguished fragrance influencer and gentleman. So here you have it, new king in the third video, and we will do another giveaway. We have all these other fragrances again. Definite giveaway for another combo. If you put in, have to be a subscriber, have to leave a comment. Please be a subscriber. I will check. And then any of the other ones, like I said, except for Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, I'm not giving that one up. But if you put in the comments which one you like, I'm sure by the time this is over, we'll see 3 or more that someone says, have you tried? And maybe I'll be crazy enough to try them again. That's the show for now. This is the update to the saga of the Angel Share clone. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care. God bless.
All right, here we go. Do 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 da do 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 do. Well, I'm singing Mary.